Hey now, Grizz here. So, got a couple of cool Swiss Army knives to talk about again. And that's apart from this one. This is a 1923 officer knife. I have it back together. I'm just waiting for scale material to arrive. I decided I'm going to put off putting the original scales on it because they're in such bad shape. So I'm going to take a little more time and work on those and see what I can do to restore them. And in the meantime, I'm going to put some red micarta on it because I think it'll look really sweet. So that's what I'm doing now. That should arrive today or tomorrow, thanks to Mr. Bozos. Anyway, what I got for real today is a pretty sweet little model. This is the Technician, obviously ALOX Technician. This is a pretty rare model. It's got an interesting tool set. It's got a tool that's not featured on many tool sets, and it was also issued to the Swiss Federal Railway. I wanted to say, but yeah. So apparently they made these for the like I guess the engineers, the technicians, the guys that mechanics and stuff at the Swiss Railway. So they had this, they had an ALOX electrician model. I'm sure they had some older models, but I know of this and the electrician I've seen pictures of. But anyway, so the SBB CFF, what that is that's the abbreviation for what the railroad is called in German and in French. So in German, here's the fun part of this video. It's the Schweizerische Bundesbahnen, SBB, Schweizerische Bundesbahnen. And in French, it's Chemin de Fédéral Suisse. Yeah, I think I pronounced that okay for a Yank. But, so anyway, let's check out the actual knife and stop babbling a bit. So we got a little 2-layer, 93 millimeter. Notice the brass liners. Yeah, that is supposed to be what they used on the earliest incarnations of these. I don't know, how true that is, but it does seem odd. I think most ALOX were going to whatever they use, the steel or aluminum liners, whatever it is. I'm not really big on the ALOX that much. We got the old style cross that they used up until at least the 90s, as far as I know. But just having that little SBB CFF, it just makes it a little more special. Oh, you're a special little knife. Good knife. So let's check the tools out. Nothing on the back layer. I gotta pad the video somehow. It's an ALOX. There's no back tools, no scale. There's nothing to talk about here. We got the cap lifter. Notice it is a sharpened cap lifter, so that's definitely an earlier feature. They dispensed with doing that by the early mid 70s at least. And we've got it's a thicker cap lifter than on the ALOX or the Celador models. I'll say that. Maybe thicker than on the Pioneer and stuff, if it's the military size. I really don't know. I'm just starting to grab some more ALOX. ALOX don't really interest me aesthetically. I like the red scales. That's what a Swiss Army knife looks like to me. But these are very nice knives, and they're very well made and heavy duty and can handle a lot of crap. Nice half stop there. Almost missed that. So yeah, we've got the half stop. It does not have the little kick on the tang that locks into the spring to help keep it from folding up on you accidentally. That's interesting. I didn't know they did the half stop that far back. But yeah. Then I didn't want to get that out yet, but I forgot my order. Next up, we got the main deal with this knife is it has the Technician screwdriver. It's basically just a fine, or this isn't even a fine screw. It's a small screwdriver, but it's definitely not a fine screwdriver. What they call a fine screwdriver is still a pretty big screwdriver. But yeah, it's just it's a cool tool. I like having it. I have one other model that has that tool, and this is the Handwerker. I think this is the 8236 MAU, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is the early incarnation of the Handyman, basically. So they sold this as the Handyman until they revised it later on. But in lieu of a clip blade, it has the same Technician's blade, or blade, screwdriver. One thing to watch out for with these is, I mean, it's not a big deal, but I can't really get a good image of it, but you can probably tell this thing is twisted at the tip. A lot of these have broken chipped tips, broken tips, twisted tips. You know, people use them on screws they weren't meant to be used on, but that's just part for the course. It's no big deal. You can just grind it down, but just something to keep in mind when you're looking at these, because it might not be easy to notice. It can look fine in a picture and then be totally busted up when you get it in hand. And then on the back layer, we got the famous reamer. This is not my favorite reamer. I like the awl, the European style awl. I don't know, I've got like this type of awl, the exposed awl, some people call it. And this would be my second. And then I like the reamer they have now on their Solidor knives. But, you know, it's a good tool. It's just, I don't like the aesthetics of it as much. But it's the way it works is genius. The way they got it overhangs, and you get to use that part of the reamer as the nail nick, basically. Very good design. Excellent action on everything here. Then we've got the blade. Sweet blade. Very nice, thick, tight, heavy-duty blade on these guys. With the famous Victorinox tang stamp under a nice umbrella on a rainy day in London or something like that. I don't know. Somebody called that an umbrella the other day, and I just can't, now I can't unsee it. Now crossbows are umbrellas. Every time I see a crossbow, umbrella. 4-line tang stamp. Victorinox, Switzerland, stainless, Rossfry. If anybody has any idea what they would date this at, I mean, I assume it's early 70s, but, you know, who knows? Maybe somebody out there can tell me more about it. I know that the brass liners are early, because I've got, and here's another electrician. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're super common, and that's just a myth. I don't know, because here's my electrician, and the difference here is that basically the same knife. Instead of the technician screwdriver, you get the electrician's blade. Man, what would have been really sweet, as an electrician myself, what the ideal format would be to take this technician blade and replace the reamer with the technician blade. I think that would be sweet, having this blade. You still got a big screwdriver you can pry with, and then you got your little screwdriver. Bam, that would be a great format. Maybe they made that, who knows. But yeah, so you got your technician blade versus the electrician blade. Who will win? Let's find out. No, I'm not gonna duel. Despite my desire to do so, I'm not gonna duel my Swiss Army knives to the death. Yeah, this Handyman is one of my favorite knives. Now that I've got this out, I just want to like hang out with this guy. That's a sweet set of tools right there. Bong bong. All right, this video went off the rails real quick. Guess I shouldn't have hit the volcano so hard this morning. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Pliers out.